Okay, welcome back, Southwest Florida. You're going to be delighted to know about that. There's a book out there now for all you stepfathers out there, and for people who know people who are stepfathers. It can be a holiday book, and it's on the screen now. This wonderful book. We have the author here of that book and the publisher to make you a better stepfather and maybe even a better father in general, because when I read this book, there were so many great tips in there, and I just can't wait to get to these two dynamic Christian writers who've written other books as well. Keisha Jones and her husband, J. Anthony Jones, who's the author. Of course, Keisha is the publisher. Let's toast and welcome you guys to sunny Southwest Florida. You're all the way here from Indiana.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, of course, in South Florida, I know you guys can walk around in short pants. You see me dressed in all of this stuff. You think I'm an Eskimo, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we love being here, but at the same time, we're used to weather 27, 30 degrees around this time.
Yes.
So we took a swim last night. So
yeah, we're enjoying it.
We're enjoying the weather.
Wow. I hope y'all took a look at some real estate, Keisha. It's okay. You come down here and get you a good house while you're down here.
Definitely. We checked some out.
Okay.
Yeah, we sure did.
And now I know my good friend Rob and his wife Roxanne, Pastor Rob and his wife Roxanne, both Kings, have a wonderful church out in Lehigh. They got you down here.
Yeah.
Tell me some things you've been doing since you've been here. You went over to the church to speak?
Yes, we definitely ministered at the church yesterday. It was an awesome experience. We had a book signing with the Stepfathers book, and just had an opportunity to really fellowship with some of the people there.
What was the response to your book when you were there?
I mean, people were basically saying that they needed a book. A lot of wives were buying books for their husbands, autographed it. They were happy and excited. So it was a wonderful time.
It was.
Yeah, now throughout this interview, we're going to have your book on the screen. We're going to have your phone number and the website where people can get more information. But tell me, Anthony, if people want y'all to come out and do presentations at their church, at their social events, at community groups to talk about being a stepfather, you available for that as well?
Oh yeah, we're ready to go with that. I mean, this book is really catered in terms of teaching stepfathers how to gain the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that they can be better stepfathers, but at the same time, it's going to produce better families. So we're wide open for any event, any seminar, any teaching that they would need, and we're coming right in with it.
You know, one of the great things that I discovered in reading this book, it wasn't written by somebody who hadn't actually practical experience, somebody who's sitting up a PhD in some laboratory saying that this is the theory on being a stepfather. You were actually a stepfather, and you learned a lot through practical training.
Exactly.
Speak to that.
Basically, when me and my wife got married in 2001, she had a child, 4 years old, Deja is her name, and coming in not really having a lot of fathering myself, I had to really depend upon God to show me how to become a successful father, even at that. So this book really is written based upon my life experiences, practical wisdom, and things that I did to make sure that my daughter was raised up in a purposeful household. And we're seeing the fruit of a blessed family based upon all the principles that's in that book.
Keisha, what was some of the big surprises when you first start off? You fall in love, and you know you got the daughter piece associated with it, but were there some surprises that you could not have anticipated that comes with being a stepfather? You just assume things are just going to run smoothly.
You know what, definitely. I'm so glad that he is who he is, because with that situation, I was able to learn how to be a good supportive wife. And that's one thing that I learned, that if I support him in his decision-making with raising my daughter, I knew that our family could be successful. And that's the main thing that I always see with a lot of blended families, that the woman is not supportive enough to her husband.
I see. So basically, the child is the child, and were there any parts in there where you thought, well, maybe Anthony might be a little off, and you maybe just kind of act as the referee?
You know what, we communicated a lot on everything, and I never sheltered him and said, no, that's my daughter, don't talk to her like that, or, you know, because he was the head of our house, and I allowed him to be her father, and that's why they have a great relationship now.
Yeah, but I know kids are always going, somewhere down the road, that kid might say, you're not my daddy,
that's the
you can't tell me what to do. Tell me when that first happened, Anthony, what happened?
When that first happened, you in a shock, you know, you kind of shakes you up a little bit. But we address that in this book. And it's ways to overcome that, because it's just a child at that time feeling a little insecure about the relationship. But if you can come in, love on that child, do what you're supposed to do, you rarely have those situations that you're not my dad, because now she calls me her father. Yeah.
The book is such a wonderful book. I want Keisha to give opportunity to read a little bit from the book, and we'll speak to that.
There's a section in here on day 3 which says, build them up. So as a stepfather, regardless of what society may think, it is your job to be the spiritual head and raise the children in your home. But the question is, who are you raising? Are you raising victors or victims, quitters or champions? Always remember, the children under your authority can be molded into champions or criminals through your encouragement or discouragement.
Yeah.
Okay, so not only, based on that, it's not only just stepping in and being a stepfather and just buying some food, buying some clothes, and helping with the homework and stepping out of the way, but you really, with your value systems, and we'll speak to values along this way, Anthony, with your values system and your core value system, you want to see stepfathers develop these children to productive citizens.
Right. It's basically, you're really discipling that child, making that child become a studious, productive person, and that will fulfill their destiny. So you're not coming in just buying clothes, helping with homework, but you're actually raising a child up to be successful. And the principles in this book is straightforward, 30 days of them, and if you just follow the routine and the platform we have in that book, we're guaranteeing that if you follow them, you will raise successful children. I'm
going to ask camera people to get a picture of you autographing this book for me, because I know it's going to be a bestseller.
Yes.
And, and of course, I'll sell it on eBay and make millions of dollars.
Okay.
But while you're autographing this book and we're getting that shot, go back here to Keisha. Keisha, what would you say are some key issues that a stepfather would have to struggle with?
Some of the key issues that I have seen is, as I spoke of before, a lot of times women don't support their husbands enough. They'll say, this is my child, don't talk to them this way. They don't allow their husbands to participate as far as in the discipline. You have to allow a man to be a man and to be the head of the household. And that's some of the main issues that I've seen personally with so many blended families, that the woman never allows the husband to actually become the father to that child.
Right.
Now, the book is written in such a Sesame Street way, and I say that as a compliment, because when you can break things down where it's simple for everybody to understand, I always call that Sesame Street. So I'm going to ask you right now to Sesame Street me on this particular question. How does the book help children from the blended family? It
helps them because we have a section specifically for what the child needs. So it's not just about what the stepfather needs, but what does the child need? The child needs observation in terms of the relationships they have. The child needs to be loved upon. The child needs to be encouraged and built up. So we have a whole section that a stepfather can actually practically come in, follow the routine, follow the principles, and perform it with that child, and that child will grow by leaps and bounds, because it's just really removing the fear and insecurity in that child.
And people can call it, go to that phone number on the screen, go to that website, and they can order the book and ship it right out to them at a reasonable price. What's that price?
That's $9.99.
Only $9.99?
Only $9.99.
All right, that's the hookup. Okay, now, what can a stepfather expect to gain and receive from this book?
The one key phrase is wisdom. This is a 30-day wisdom guide. And all you're get understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. So if you have wisdom, you'll know what to do. You'll know what decisions to make. And it's going to be very important, a thin line with decisions on how to raise that child that can make you or break you. So they're going to get wisdom.
How did you get to the point where you can crystallize it into 30 days? Was that a struggle because you had to take certain things out that you wanted to put in, but you had to keep it to 30 days, Keisha?
You know what? No, it was pretty easy, because as he was writing the book and I was the one laying it out and preparing it, I looked at it, and every day was exactly what the child needs, and every day was exactly what the husband needs. So there was nothing else that we could even see that needed to go in, and so it was exactly 30 topics for 30 days.
I know it's a book about being a stepfather, but would a stepmother benefit from this as well?
A stepmother can also apply the same principles.
Same exact
and
principles.
That's, as a matter of fact, we actually preparing a stepmother's book. So just get ready for that.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, you guys are certainly role models for all of us.
Well, thank
Praise
We
you.
wish you a lot of success
Thank
with
you.
your book. We know it's going to be a bestseller.
Yes.
Seller.
Yes, it is.
And when people go to your website, they can find out about some other books you've authored,
Oh,
correct?
yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
so much. Thanks for having
It's
us.
been a pleasure. The saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by these wonderful author and